Okay, so I've been doing these videos for 2 weeks now, and I'm going to keep doing it. The whole reason I'm doing it is because I kind of hate my face, and you've got to go where the fear tells you to go, right? That's how you get stronger. So I'm kind of trying to face up to my face. I hate my voice. That's kind of why I did my podcasts anyway. And it's just about practice. It's about practicing slowing down with my speech, but more importantly about crystallizing my ideas and trying to communicate those succinctly and clearly. And you know, I don't do much planning with this. I just kind of get an idea. It's either from my book that I'm writing in every day, or I try and kind of spend some time planning what I'm going to say beforehand, but I don't script it. It's pretty much improvised and that kind of thing. But yeah, this whole idea of crystallizing your ideas is very important, because when I started writing my books and doing all of this kind of stuff, there's so many ideas and they all kind of bleed into each other, and they're all kind of different tangents, but they kind of share themes and all this kind of stuff. And so when you come to communicate it, when you get the bit between your teeth, it can actually be quite hard to be clear about what you're talking about. So that's kind of why I'm practicing this. And now at the end of a second week of doing it, God knows if I'm any better, but I'm feeling less scared of it anyway. I'm less scared of what people think. I'm still not posting it in kind of my main channels. It's still on my alt channels. So maybe that's something I need to come to terms with. But in terms of crystallizing ideas, I wanted to clarify my last video a little bit, where I was talking about attention, intention, and awareness. And these are three things I think are really important, because when you become aware of where your attention is focused, so whether you are aware of that anyway, or whether through meditation you become aware of when your thoughts start to drift back and they become, you start running on autopilot, then you can use intention to steer them in different directions. So you can start to intentionally focus on your breathing, like when you do with your meditation. Focus on breathing in and how that feels, and then focus on breathing that out slowly and just releasing that release. And you can use it as a kind of relaxation technique, or to clarify the mind, or to just slow things down and calm things down. But when you are able to use intention to focus your attention wherever you want it to go, you can really try and find the beauty in the day. I mean, outside the window there, it's a beautiful sunny day, and you know, half the time we walk around and we're not even aware of what the weather's doing unless it's raining on us. And in those cases, we're normally pretty annoyed about that. But you know, with this intentional focus, you can start to really pick out the beauty in every day and everything that's going on around us. So you can start to draw out the textures, just even in this table here, the wonderful textures. Wood is lovely. If you ever speak to a carpenter, they often have a real love of wood and the grain and the texture and the way it feels. But you can do this with creative visualization as well. So you can use your imagination to just create other worlds, and you bring in your real life experiences, and you get into these kind of dreamlike states, and you can use it for boosting confidence. I often do an exercise. I picture someone I call Confident Chris, and I have to do it for things like this. I have to do it when I have meetings or give presentations. I kind of think, okay, what would this person, I imagine this person, Confident Chris, what would he do? And then I start to become that person. And it's a little bit like Leonard Cohen said. He said, if you act the way you want to be, pretty soon you'll be the way you act. And it's true. You start to bring some of these visualizations back with you into the real world. So you kind of create this reality that's just in here in your imagination, and you focus on it with your intention. But you can start to bring it back into the real world, and you start to kind of shape things. You kind of think, what would Confident Chris do? And then you start to do those things. And you know, if I was running my own company, how would I behave? And then you start to behave like that, and the world shapes around you. If I was a better listener, if I was more compassionate, what would that be like? And you start to give people your attention, and you start to really kind of feel what other people are feeling and hear what they're trying to say. And you can really do this to make your world better, make your life better. You can start to focus in on the beauty and the positivity, on your own strengths, on the strengths of others, on art, on all the wonderful things around you. Or you can focus in on your weaknesses, but in a positive way. So you can see, okay, I am honestly open to accepting that I have these certain weaknesses and these are areas to grow. So we use intention and we focus our attention and we use our awareness to see where that's going, rather than just letting our mind wander and be on autopilot and we're thinking about, okay, what am I doing this weekend, what am I having for dinner? But when we're doing that, when we're anxious about the past or worried about the future, what's that meeting going to do, we're not truly here and we're not taking charge of our focus and our thoughts. Anyway, that's my thought for today. It's Friday. I'll see if I can do another one over the weekend. It's a long bank holiday weekend here. So if I don't, I will see you next week. Have a lovely weekend.